Yo, what's up guys? The Legend Tuna, and we're back with another episode of Tuna's Tips video series. We cover the upcoming raid bosses in Pokemon Go and give you the best idea of counters to use to maximize your success. Now, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in seeing more of, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss an episode. Today's episode, we got a pretty special one. We have Yveltal coming back into raids starting tomorrow, September 27th at 10 a.m. local time, going all the way till Saturday, October 8th. 12 days of Yveltal. 12 days to get your hands on that brand new shiny being released into Pokemon Go. There are also going to be 2 raid hours for this Pokemon on September 28th and October 5th. Let's head on over to Pokebattler, see how we can get this thing caught and defeated. Now, Yveltal is a flying and dark type Pokemon, meaning it's going to be weak to 4 things: electric, rock, ice, and fairy types. It has a maximum CP of 2160 and 2701 when it is weather boosted in windy and foggy weather. Okay, so your top counters, we'll go over megas and shadows first, and then we will cover the non-shadow, non-mega choices. If you bring a mega Pokemon to fight this boss, you have pretty much 2 choices: Manectric if you want to boost electric, and Mega Aerodactyl if you would like to boost rocks. Mega Manectric has a lower time to win than Mega Aerodactyl, and electric counters do have a little bit more DPS on the edge, on a little edge on DPS when it comes to damage versus Yveltal. So if you bring Mega Manectric, make sure that it has Thunder Fang and Wild Charge. If you bring Mega Aerodactyl, make sure that it has Rock Throw and Rock Slide. As far as shadow counters are concerned, shadows, those shadows that deal 20% extra damage just for being shadow, you've got Raikou coming in your number 1 spot with Thunder Shock and Wild Charge, followed by Zapdos. Thunder Shock and Thunderbolt on that Zapdos, followed by Electivire with Thunder Shock and Wild Charge. Other shadows, you see a shadow ice type there, Mamoswine. Mamoswine can deal out a lot of damage. Make sure it has Powder Snow and Avalanche. Another electric choice, Shadow Magnezone with Spark and Wild Charge. You also have Shadow Gardevoir as a fairy type. Charm and Dazzling Gleam on that Gardevoir. Next up, you got Luxray. You could bring your Shadow Luxray. Make sure it has Spark and Wild Charge as well. You could also bring T-Tar as a rock choice. Smackdown and Stone Edge. Smackdown is a legacy move, so make sure that it does have Smackdown. It's very, very important for the calculating the damage on that T-Tar that it has Smackdown. It is a Community Day legacy move, Smackdown. Shadow Weavile comes in next as another ice choice with Ice Shard and Avalanche, followed by Shadow Aerodactyl with Rock Throw and Rock Slide. Let's go and look at the non-shadow counters as well. So there's a pretty good lineup of shadow. A lot of choices for shadows, but non-shadow, non-mega choices include Xurkitree. Yes, Xurkitree. If you manage to get your hands on a pretty good IV Xurkitree while it was available in raids, that Ultra Beast is going to be the highest damage that you can bring as a non-shadow, non-mega. Make sure that your Xurkitree is powered up and has Thundershock and Discharge on it. Xurkitree is followed by Zekrom, which is a Dragon Electric type. Lots of damage if it's an electric type. Charge Beam and Wild Charge, followed by Thundurus in Theron form. Volt Switch and Thunderbolt on that Thundurus, followed by some of your rock types, your highest damage rock damage dealers. You've got Rampardos with Smackdown and Rock Slide. Rhyperior comes in there next with Smackdown and Rock Wrecker, but remember, Rock Wrecker is a Community Day move, so if you don't have Rock Wrecker, leave your Rhyperior on the bench. You could bring Electivire, a non-shadow Electivire with Thunder Shock and Wild Charge. Other choices include Raikou, Terrakion, Galarian Darumaka, Zapdos, Magnezone, Mamoswine. Lots of electric, rock, and even ice types in that lineup. Further down the list, you can bring Luxray, Gigalith. Gigalith did just have a Community Day, so if you manage to power up some of those and that's what you have for your options, make sure it has Smackdown and that special Community Day move, Meteor Beam. You can bring Tapu Koko, make sure it's got Volt Switch and Dazzling Gleam, a little mix. You got electric and fairy typing in there. Then you could also bring a Gardevoir. You want to bring a Charm and Dazzling Gleam user, bring Gardevoir. Zacian. If you bring Zacian, you can bring it with Quick Attack and Play Rough. You could bring a Vikavolt if you want to bring an electric bug to charge things up. Togekiss, Alolan Golem, Glaceon, Weavile, Thundurus, Genie form, and also Nihilego, followed by Aerodactyl, Community Day move, Smackdown, T-Tar, non-shadow, right? Non-shadow. Look, The difference in damage there for non-shadow versus shadow. T-Tar down at slot 26 when he was further up the list with that shadow boost. So Smackdown and Stone Edge, make sure you got Smackdown if you do bring your T-Tar. If you bring a Landorus or a Granbull, Jolteon or non-Mega Manectric, all those choices are all gonna deal super effective damage. Now let's head on over to team building. I'd like to have a section where we cover teams that we're going to build. If you have never built a team to use in raids in Pokemon Go, it's simple. What you do is you click on the Pokeball on the bottom of the screen there, go up to your battle on the top right, scroll over to party, go all the way down to the very bottom where it says gyms and raids, click your plus sign. Since we're going to be raiding Yveltal, we'll type in Yveltal. If I can type there, sweet. Get Yveltal on there and we'll start adding Pokemon. I will need to bring Mega Manectric. Already have my Manectric already mega'd up. I've looked through my Pokebox, seen the different counters that I have, and my team is going to consist of Manectric and Zekrom. I have a large stable of powered up Zekroms because it does a lot of damage, so that will be my team. Manectric and 5 Zekroms. My Mega Manectric is going to bring Thunderfang and Wild Charge. Each one of my Zekroms, I have 5 of them, they will all bring Charge Beam and Wild Charge. If you don't have access to those, or maybe you do, but there are some other options that you could bring as well. Over on the left-hand side over there, you can see Thundurus with Volt Switch and Thunderbolt. Again, Xurkitree with Thunder Shock and Discharge. And if you want to bring some rock types, some good choices would be Rampardos with Smackdown and Rock Slide, and also Rhyperior with Smackdown and Rock Wrecker. It's got the asterisk because that is a Community Day move, Rock Wrecker. You can't get that normally, but if you have access to it because you went to the Community Day or you managed to get one from an event, there you go. Bring your Rhyperiors. That's going to do it here for this episode of Tuna's Tips. We like to keep things kind of short and sweet, get to the point. But if you would like to raid some of those Yveltals with us, you can catch me live, Twitch TV/Alleging Tuna. We're live 7 days a week. Kappa. Mostly 7 days a week. And then from 4 to 9 Pacific, we invite anybody that comes into the channel to raids if you're looking for raids, or if you're just looking to hang out and talk about your catches and have a good time. We'd love to have you. Come on by. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time. Peace.